Good morning. Today is Sunday, May 26, 2024, and this is a weekly Bitcoin price forecast. So looking at where Bitcoin went in the past week and where it could potentially go in the future. So this was a fantastic week for all things crypto. Just if you've been paying attention to the news at all, you just know that crypto has been crushing it in the legislative branch, in the executive branch, in the all the way from the courts and the SEC. Like it has just been hit after hit after hit with ETF approval and all these other things that have been like just going in crypto's favor. Like it's a what a time to be alive. Like literally what a time to be alive. So if we look at May, this is May, April, March. So March, really, I mean, you came off of this 7-month win streak pretty much, starting all the way back in September, which was also rare. Usually September is, historically September is a negative month for Bitcoin. Even like you looking over the maybe past 15 years or so, it has historically been a negative month. But it was positive and it just like, it never looked back. So you had this one down month in April, which is fine. Again, that's a breather. Went down for a little bit to like about 57,000 in May, and then we just shot up right after that. And like once we zoom into the lower time frames, you'll actually be able to see it a little bit clearer. Basically, you had some type of bull flag pretty much that had been forming, and now it's breaking out of that and going to the upside. It's just going to keep on going, and it's going to move quickly too because we're very much so in the exponential portion of the crypto market. So it's exciting, definitely an exciting time to be alive. Looking at even this level. So look at the monthly chart. This is the last bull run coming up in 2021. If you look at the top of where it kind of topped out and where it closed, it was pretty much exactly where this came down to. And again, it kind of pierced a little bit lower than that in May, but it just shot right back up. So let's look at the weekly chart. I was talking a little bit about a bull flag, a bullish flag pretty much. So like there was this big run up here, and really you can start it from right here. There's this big run up, and then you had somewhat of a channel to form right here. So we can turn the drawings on. And I will get this. No, actually I do want to see that. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what I said last week. Last week I said, I'm kind of skipping order here a little bit, but I think it's important. I said there would be a bull flag. There's a bull flag within a bull flag at this point. So like it shot down to the bottom of this channel. Textbook just turned around, came up, formed somewhat of a channel here. And this little orange circle here, like this is basically, hey, this is going to tap the bottom of this and it's going to tap this at the same time. It's below the moving averages. It's just going to shoot off. And that's exactly what it did. It shot up to the top of this channel. I actually thought it would reject, but it didn't. It just kept on going. Now it has come back down to the top of the channel and it is retested. This is incredible. Like this is incredible. Actually, it's come down here and it went all the way up to about 70,000. Like that's 72,000. That's crazy. Let me see. Yeah, it rejected off of this and it retested, and we have yet to form like a higher high above this level, but that's what it's looking like. There's no reason that it wouldn't at this point. Literally, it's one of those, like, if you have a launch sequence, it's like all checks have been made, like from top to bottom. It's just good to see. Let's go back to the weekly chart. I did go out of order a little bit here. I just wanted to see like what I had said last week, and that's still playing out. It's still absolutely playing out. So like again, even if you can see like this parabola here, this blue parabola, it's following this model almost perfectly. Now it's not even gonna extend all the way out here, but like maybe the parabola ends up being a little bit tighter. But it is starting to get into that exponential motion, that phase of the market pretty much. So really all this down here in my mind doesn't even matter anymore. Like this does not matter to me because like we're so far beyond that at this point. Price has not even successfully been able to get below here. So I don't care about all this. This is all history. It was here. It was a potential, but now I don't think that potential is there anymore. We're about to hit the phase of the market where it just goes straight up. And if you really look at it, 100,000 is not that far away. It's not that far away. Let's take a look here. Daily chart. So yeah, I mean, you have a couple levels here, right? You have 50,000, which, there were people who in certain camps who were like, yeah, we're going to get back down to 50,000. I never quite believed that. It just like there was no price action that proved to me that we really could get down here. It's like the floor, the bulls are moving pretty much. The floor keeps on rising. The floor keeps rising because the demand floor keeps rising pretty much. And it's somewhere sitting around right here right now. And actually it's probably higher. It's just steadily creeping up. For sure. I mean, for at least what was this? This is 228. That was the end of February. Since the end of February, this has been a level that has not been really violated. There was like a 2-day period where it went below it, but then it just bounced above, came back to this level, tried one more time, was unable to do so. But I was saying, we're just going to form these higher highs and higher lows. And this pattern is really setting up pretty nicely here. Going back down to the 4-hour chart, we kind of talked about this already. So this is this is the bull flag within the bull flag. So here was your flag right here. Again, you have your pole flag, and then it shot up. So even if we look at this, how far was that? Was it accurate? So this that was a 15% move, $9,000 move right there on Bitcoin. And this was, I think this was bigger actually. 10,000. Yeah, so I mean, really, that's almost like a perfect bull flag. Just like this, the second move was actually just a little bit more explosive. So, this is good. No, this is very good. So let's take a look at what the upcoming week looks like in terms of other things. So this is the news. CB can let me see. What's today? Today is the 26th, 27th. CB consumer confidence. That I don't care about that. Preliminary GDP, unemployment. These are all very basic news things. There's not CPI. There's no non-farm payroll. There's no inflation numbers or anything like that coming out. Interest rates. So next week should be a very light news week. And again, last week was pretty not economic news heavy, but there were several indicators that went in our way. Like I said earlier, the SEC and all these other things. So I always try to look at the spot Bitcoin ETF flows just to see where the money's coming from at this point. So we've talked about this period of expansion and compression and expansion for a little bit, and then it was just a silent period. But if I'm looking at it, I've been saying for a while, I think Grayscale is running out of Bitcoin to sell, or they've reached the bottom of where they want to. They don't have to go to zero necessarily, but if they reach the point where it's they're not selling anymore, that's their floor. Again, we were talking about a floor before. This is just their floor. If we look at it now, ever since mid-May, so maybe the 13th, there have been zero negative. There's been nobody has sold at all. There's no more selling. Nobody's selling at this point. That has not happened since January. Literally, I mean, yeah, this is the first time since January that nobody's selling anymore. And again, all of the selling really was Grayscale, but this is we're at a point now where it's that it's all up. We're really an up only season. All these last week the news dropped. It's gonna kick in the next probably 2 to 3 weeks. Once people start to get the ball rolling and the advertising starts coming out, it's we're in the middle of a narrative shift. We're absolutely in the middle of a narrative shift right now to where people are. And look at this. This is the ETFs. ETFs, they approved the 19B4 form. So basically that was just, hey, you have approval to have an ETF. But I think there's an S1 form that they have to approve as well, and that may take a couple weeks. So it's not going to start trading immediately for the ETF. You still have a little bit more time before that comes. But the hype that's going to go behind it and people trying to front run this thing is going to send the price up. So regardless of what it looks like, it's this is we're in good times. This is fantastic. BlackRock, who are the people you have? You have BlackRock, you have Fidelity, there's Grayscale, there is ARK Invest. So all these people who have Bitcoin ETFs, they also have these as well. VanEck, you have Invesco, Galaxy, and Franklin Templeton. There's one more. I don't know who the 8th person is. Let's just see. Ethereum ETF approval date. Images. Yeah, this is what I want to see. Who was the 8th person? Who was the 8th person? VanEck 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe it was only 7. I don't know. Maybe it was only 7, but I thought there was an 8th person too. Regardless, I don't have too much else to talk about, y'all. Really, the main message is it's up. It's up from here. And if it's up, it's up, it's up, it's up, whatever it is. Just if you're not in the market at this point, it's probably a good idea to start thinking about it pretty heavily. because things are about to start moving very quickly, and you don't want to miss out. You definitely don't want to miss out. I think it's one of the biggest opportunities of our generation, at least, but we'll see. Time will tell. But I'm feeling good about what I'm seeing right now. So again, this has been Chris Talks Crypto. Check out any crypto-based resources on christalkscrypto.com. Check out the Pulse on Crypto Discord. Follow Pulse on Crypto on Instagram, and that's about it. Happy Memorial Day. Have a fun and safe weekend, and I will see y'all on the moon. Take care. Bye-bye.